Okay, if any of you guys were in our workshop that I did last year, you'll remember that I couldn't see the monitor, so I brought my glasses this year.
I'm good.
So I'm good.
This is crazy.
Yeah, Micah!
There's so many people over here! Are you guys excited? We're excited to be here, and I just want to take a sec and think about 2 years ago when we were sitting at our first summit. I think I had 8 coaches there.
I had maybe 2. I had 2 coaches.
Yeah, and we
Just
were like
2 years ago.
new and just in awe of everything. And my favorite part of Summit was hearing the speakers and hearing the coaches that are in the trenches doing what you guys are doing, because that's what we do. We're the same as you guys. So I just want you guys to understand that as you're listening. This is going to be stuff that you can put into your business immediately, and hopefully take away that will drive you and just help you grow a tribe, because that's what this is about. When it says become a top recruiter, that's not recruiting 1 million coaches a month. That's not what we do.
No.
Right?
Yeah. You know, when we first put this together, we wanted you guys to understand that it's simple. It really is. And it's about adding quality people to your team, to your tribe, and bringing quality people just like yourself, into our Beachbody community. So it's not about adding 20 coaches a month. It's about finding people that you want to work with. And that's what we're going to share with you today.
Yes. Okay. Let's see if I can figure this out. For real. All right, Keyshawn.
Is it?
I'm clicking it. Guys, for real.
It's going to like speed up.
All right, well, while we're figuring this out, okay, here we go. So, a little bit about us. Isn't that attractive? That was like my first post about insanity. Okay, so I found insanity, actually it was 7 years ago after my first baby. And my husband, we were in Miami. Oh, golly gee, hold on. My husband was in Miami. He was playing football for the Dolphins, and I had just had my little Johnny girl, and I wanted to lose the baby weight. So it wasn't insanity that I found first. It was actually 10-minute trainer, because I was like, I have a baby, but I think I could do 10 minutes. And so I started with that, ordered it from an infomercial, then moved on to insanity. And for like 4 years, I was doing insanity off and on, never finished the program once. And I was doing it on my own, knew nothing about coaching, never worked with anyone. And it was after my second child, whatever, Knox, and I wanted to lose the baby weight again, but I was sick of starting and quitting insanity, so I was on Instagram looking up Les Mills Combat, and that's where I saw my coach posted about a challenge group, and actually it was her 6-pack that sold me. I was like, oh, I want to do what she's doing. And so I reached out, got the Les Mills Challenge Pack, fell in love with Shakeology, like so many of us do, and fell in love with the support of the challenge group. And so it was about 4 or 5 days into the challenge group, I approached her and was like, hey, how do I get this at a discount? I want to keep drinking this. And at that time, my husband was in his 2nd year of vet school, so he's a veterinarian. And he was gone all the time, busy. I was a full-time wedding photographer and crazy already. And so he just looked at me and was like, Micah, no. You don't need to do this. You don't need to add one thing. And I'm like, babe, just let me do this. I just want the discount. That's all I want. And, but honestly, I just started posting like these ugly pictures like you see here and sharing what I was doing, and I felt amazing. So I was like, if I can just help people feel this way, if I can just help a few people and cover my Shakeology, then sweet. And so that was my goal from the beginning, just if I can cover my Shakeology. And it obviously didn't take long before I fell in love with every aspect of coaching, and here I am. So, now I am.
And we are success partners.
Yeah,
and
so
hooked
we've
up
been
early
together
on.
from the beginning, so
Yeah.
it's been pretty sweet.
It is. It's pretty awesome to be here with her. So my whole Beachbody, the way I found Beachbody was, I was doing P90X after my first baby was born because I couldn't go to the gym anymore. It was just too busy. I was a teacher. My husband is a teacher as well, and I was working, like many of you guys. And I just felt like this was something I can do, and I got into better shape with P90X than I did going to the gym. So I just continued to do it, and then I continued to use the program through my second pregnancy and my third, but had no idea about the coaching opportunity. I didn't think that there was something along, and everyone would ask me, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I would just say, oh, I'm doing P90X, but I would kind of like brush it off to the side. Like I didn't really want to talk about it. I was kind of embarrassed. And then I heard about the coaching opportunity after my third was born. So my third was 8 or 9 months. So I had 3 kids, 5 and under. It was August. I was going back to work in a couple weeks. And I went on YouTube after I heard about the coaching opportunity, and I saw all these videos that you guys have probably seen. And I was just like, holy moly, this is amazing. These people are like normal moms and dads, normal people, and they are making a career out of this. Just helping people. Like people ask me, so why wouldn't I share something I love? So I found my coach, Mindy Wender, on YouTube. I reached out to her and pretty much signed up the next week. And my husband said the same thing. He's like, Tara, really? You want something else on your plate? We have 3 kids. You're going back to work. And he was a football coach at the time. So if any of you guys know how that rolls, okay, they're never around. So I didn't need something else, but I just fell in love with the company and what what Beachbody stands for. And when I jumped in and did my first challenge group, I was sold. I was like, if I could just help other moms feel like I do and have energy to keep up with their kids and just be more patient, because that was what it was all about. I was such a better mom because of the community I was a part of. So I told my husband I could do this the rest of my life. And fast forward, the next year I retired from teaching after 10 years. And I've just been all in from then on, so.
Love it. Okay, so let's dive in. Okay, so we're gonna be covering 4 main things today. And I want you guys, you can take pictures of the slides, but I want you guys to also have your notebooks out because a lot of the golden nuggets are just in what we're gonna talk about and they're not on the slides. So first we're gonna go over mindset shift. You're actually supposed to do this one.
Oh yeah, I know. You want to move over there, so we're sorry guys. We want to make sure we're in the right spots. So we're going to talk about mindset shift and how important that is in not only your business, but your everyday life. And you've heard it so many times, but I'm telling you guys, and I'll share a story with you later, that was everything for the way I looked at recruiting and the way I focused, both of us, the way we grew our team and who joined us. So we're going to share with you about mindset shift because that's the most important. How to attract your ideal coach, because obviously you want to work with people that you connect with, that it's natural to talk to and you're not forcing something, right? You want to work with people that are your friends. They're going to be your friends, So we'll talk about that. How to share the coaching opportunity so you don't feel awkward, so you don't feel salesy, so you don't feel weird. And then creating a simple onboarding system. Keeping it simple will make you successful. Seriously, that has been our mantra, like, from the get-go. You have to keep it simple.
Yes. Okay, so mindset. First of all, if you guys haven't read the book, The Go-Giver, put it on your list and go listen to it or read it like tonight. Because that seriously changed everything for me. So realizing that it's not about you and it's all about them, the people you're talking to, was a game changer for me and how I felt about it. Because at the beginning, it was like, oh, get to diamond, get to this. You got to add 8 coaches and 2 emeralds, and you got to do this for your diamond and whatever. And that's me. But then when you change it to go help people get freaking awesome results, go help people change their life, go help people create financial freedom, that's a whole different story. And that's easy to talk about because you are changing lives, and that's incredible. So just that shift was huge for me. I want to talk about a second, challenger versus coach, because in the last 3 years, there's been a pattern, and it's so relevant. And so I help challengers, and I'm very passionate about helping people get results fitness-wise and get healthy. But at the same time, when my challengers don't convert to coach, they fall off. They don't stay plugged in. They get back to old habits. They lose all the progress that they've made, and it happens time and time again. When my challengers convert to coach, they plant themselves in this positive community of motivated people that are striving to become better. They stay on their journey. They stay plugged in. They reach better results than they even planned on reaching. And so knowing that, yes, we need to focus on challengers and we need to field challenge groups, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, but you have to understand the bigger picture of what coaching is. Coaching is a lifestyle. Coaching is positivity. It's support. It's a blessing in every aspect of your life. It's not just coaches who want to work the business. These are challengers converting to coach and not working the business, but they're surrounded by this community all the time, staying plugged in. Do you want to talk about
Yes. So in the beginning of my business, we were success partners, and there was something that I was missing. I loved running challenge groups. That was my thing, and I was too afraid to talk to people about the business. I was so afraid. I'm like, they're not going to do what I'm doing. They're going to think I'm crazy. And the reason why I was afraid is because I did not have the belief in the business. I didn't even really get it, which a lot of, like some of you guys probably are here, like you don't really understand everything about it. But she was my success partner. She was adding coaches like a boss. And I'm like, what am I missing? I'm, hitting Success Club. These challenge groups are great. These women are getting great results. And a lot of them were people I knew because it was my warm market, but I was too afraid to ask them to join me. Because I thought that I created this thing in my mind like, it was something bigger than what they could do. I was making the decision for them, and it needed to stop. So I reached out to my upline, I reached out to my success partner, and my upline said, are you doing personal development? I said, honestly, I don't have time for that. I'm running on momentum, I'm really excited, I'm good. She's like, Tara, you have to. So I jumped into the Go-Giver, and it totally changed my focus on this opportunity can bless someone's life, and who am I to take that away from them? Who am I to say they can't do this? So with that, I also dove into success stories on YouTube of transformation, physical transformations, business, financial transformations. That's what I just filled myself with. And when you do that, and honestly guys, I was listening to personal development all day long. Like when I was on my way to work, when I woke up in the morning, during lunchtime at work, I would pop in my earbuds. Like my kids were probably like, oh God, here we go again. But I needed that because I needed that belief, If I was gonna make this a business for my family, then I needed that belief. So that was that mindset switch for me. And then ever since then, I was like, if I don't share this, then I'm doing a disservice to people.
So that's really what it comes down to, is belief in what you have, belief in what you're doing, belief in why you're doing it, belief in what you have at your fingertips to ultimately change people's lives. And so if you aren't there yet, then that's your first step, is get there. Do everything that you can, plug your earbuds in 23/7 or sleep for an hour. But seriously, guys, PD will change your life more than anything else. So make sure that you're plugging in and you're like overloading if you're struggling in that area. So grow you and let the ripple take effect. It will bless every aspect of your life. Here's just a list of some of our favorites. Take a screenshot of this, and we're gonna bust through this because we have lots to cover. But if you haven't listened or read these yet, make sure you do so stat. They will help for sure. You guys got it? Chicka ching ching ching. Okay.
And one thing I kind of just want to add quick is that this whole PD mindset, it's not just for seasons of your business, it's forever. Like we are probably doing more now than we did in the beginning, just because you need to grow as a person to continue in any adventure, even in life. And it has, we talk about it all the time, it's helped us in our family situation, in our marriages, and as a friend, and everything. So we're not just telling you to do it just for the business, it's everything.
Definitely.
Okay, so I want to talk to you guys about how to attract your ideal coach. We're always looking for this secret sauce, like, oh my gosh, there must be a secret. They're attracting all these rock stars. How is she doing it? All of this. But guess what, guys? The people you connect with most are the people that are going to grow in this business with you. So it's really hard when you're trying to appeal to the masses, okay? So think about your vibe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. I'm sure you heard that before. We can't just post to everyone. And in the beginning of my business, I was posting to everyone and anyone. Men, women, whatever. And guess what? My target, my group, my tribe aren't men, obviously, because I just don't connect well with men. I'm connecting with moms. I'm connecting with people that have the same beliefs as me. It's just that way because those are the people that are motivated by me. Those are the people that are watching me. Those are the people that connect with you are watching, okay? So you have to post to those people. And social media is coming up next, so they're gonna get into that, but we're gonna share a little bit here. Think about who you want your ideal coach to be. What does that person look like on the inside? What are some characteristics they have, like what are their hobbies? What kind of music do they like? Stuff like that. And I think about myself and I think, what would I like to see? What would motivate me? And that's what I post. I don't try to follow someone and be someone I'm not, because people are going to read into that and no, that's not who you truly are. So what characteristics do they have? What are some target words that they would relate to? So if, depending on who you are, I use certain words, faith-based, or I do a lot of inspiration that's faith-based, because that's me. So find something that moves you. Maybe it's a certain author. So you would be posting your personal development from that person. So people that are looking for that, maybe inspiration, they're going to reach out to you, or they're going to keep following you and see what you have going on. Post to that person every day. And what I mean by that, so you're posting to your ideal person, but you're also posting to the people you are talking to behind the scenes. So many people think we just have to post, and you're not doing anything behind the scenes. The whole base of my business, both of ours, in the beginning, even now, is our conversations behind the scenes. And I'm posting to those people. So whether it's someone sharing that they're struggling with, time and balance, I'm doing a post that week about that, because we all struggle with it. So I'm sharing their struggle because I'm we relate, and I'm posting to that person, okay? Because it's not just that person, there's so many others that have the same struggle. So think about your conversations going on behind the scene and develop posts to those people.
I want to add something really
Go
quick.
ahead.
Just on that topic, we did a sneak peek last week, and I'm sure you guys have all heard it. A common theme when coaches are looking into, or when people are looking into it, is fear. I'm afraid of this. I'm afraid of people saying this about me. I'm afraid of posting. I'm afraid of sharing. And so I was like, okay, so I did a post about overcoming fears and being courageous and and all those things. And then I get messages from these sneak peekers that are like, I just feel like you're talking to me. And and I'm like, I was talking to you. And so it's like, you combat those objections that you're hearing all the time behind the scenes. You're combating those in your posts, because if one person has that objection, then probably hundreds of others have that same one. So you're posting it publicly and addressing those same people.
And just to think about what goes on in your life at home, what we do is just showcase, and you'll see it in the next slide. We showcase what we do at home, and guess what? It's not exciting. Changing diapers and, getting your kids ready for school and whatever. It's not that exciting, but guess what? There's so many other women that don't have exciting lives either, right? That's what they're all in the same boat with us. So, that's what you want to share. Don't think that your life isn't exciting, you have nothing to share. You do have a lot to share. And then investing in your business, whether it's Facebook boosts or ads, you want to target that person. So what I would say is invest in a training. There's a lot of trainings out there that would help you understand the whole Facebook ad world. And if you do have a business page, a lot of you might not, it's something to start thinking about. If you are an Emerald coach, you should, as you get to done, start thinking about a business page. So that should be in the back of your mind going into the next part of the year. And then sprinkling your coaching in your daily posts. So that doesn't mean throwing Beachbody out like Beachbody coaching has done this for me. It's done in a different way, and Micah's gonna explain more.
So just some examples of sprinkling and coaching. So lots of coaches freak out when they think they have to talk about coaching. It doesn't have to be anything scary. So these are some examples. This is my little Brady boy. He's here somewhere. I think he's snoozing, but he's over there. Okay. But I was just posting that I love that he's my little personal assistant, that I'm building a business in the mom cracks, that I'm able to do this and nurse my kid and just do all the things that I would be doing normally, but I'm also building a freaking empire, which is amazing. And so women are gonna relate to that. Another thing that freaks people out about sharing the business is they feel like, I can't share the coaching opportunity until I'm making all this money. No, that's so not the point of this. Anyways, that was my earring. No shaky. So even if you're not financially successful or whatever, whatever your goals are for this business, doesn't mean you can't talk to people about it or have confidence in what you have. Share what you're learning, share how you're growing, share how it's blessing your life in all aspects. So this personal growth picture, I was just talking about how I love that, I don't even remember what I said in this picture, but something about that I love, just that what I do helps me focus on my growth all the time. And that's such a huge part of it. And guess what? I want people who are interested in growing themselves, because if they're interested in growing themselves, then they are going to, that's the hardest part for people, is to really get that invested. Another one, this is just one of my coaches a coach in our downline, Ashley, was sharing, this is my mobile office. I can do this from anywhere. I love it, blah, blah, blah. That's gonna attract a certain type of person that's stuck in a cubicle, that is wishing they were at home doing what they loved, and that's gonna spark the interest. And then the bottom right one was when we paid off our Tahoe. So that is a financial one, but I wasn't screaming, thank you, Beachbody. Because of Beachbody, we paid off our Tahoe. I don't even think I mentioned Beachbody in here. I don't know, I can't remember if I did in this one, or if it was in my husband's truck. But when you're posting consistently, and they know that what you do is a lifestyle and it's just part of what you do. They know you're a coach. You don't have to scream Beachbody from the rooftops. They get the point. You paid off your Tahoe, you're a coach, you're probably doing all right, right? So you don't have to be like Beachbody, blah, 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 and then annoy people. You just share your successes, share little bits of pieces from your life, and people will get the picture. So, moving on.
Okay, sharing the coaching opportunity. So Micah just talked about, sharing your business, but I know a lot of you guys probably work full time. So a point that I wanted to make was, make sure you're sharing how you're fitting in working, like she said, in between the mom cracks. But I used to work on my lunch hour, right? And I used to work out of the car a lot because I was teaching and on my way to work or pick up the kids, but you can share that. People spend so much time on social media, like just scrolling. It's time that you are gonna attract people like yourself. And so share when you fit in coaching, share that, because then people are gonna be like, wow, she's busy, she has a lot going on, but look she can fit it in, still be accountable in her health and fitness, and make this a business for herself. I want to know more about it. So make sure that is incorporated into your daily posts. Okay, so sharing the coaching opportunity, and I'll tell you one thing, this all goes hand in hand. It is so important to do all of it together. Most important, one-on-one conversations. You have to be purposefully going out there and building relationships with people. I think after the Go-Giver for me was like a whole turning point, and we both recruit the same way. We build relationships first and foremost. We talk to people. We figure out people's goals. We really, and sometimes it takes weeks. Sometimes it takes a couple days. Like there is no time.
Sometimes it takes years.
Yes, years, 2.5 years. I have coaches here that it has taken them 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So, sometimes you can't put a time frame on it. But the one-on-one conversations, you have to make it about them and not about you. You're not on an agenda. Like it's not like, oh, I gotta hit successful. Oh, I gotta do this. You just have to focus on what you can't control. You can't control who's gonna say yes. You can control how many people you talk to. So if you want to recruit more solid quality people, you have to talk to more people that you connect with. So a lot of times when I'm talking behind the scenes, I'm asking people about themselves. I'm asking, and I'll tell you something. Usually they ask me what I'm doing. And the reason why is because I'm showing up every day on my page. So it's in their face. Like they're not gonna respond to my private message before they look at my page. They're gonna go look at my page and see what I'm up to before they respond, right? They're not just gonna respond to me if they don't know what's going on. So they are definitely looking at my page, seeing what's going on, and then they're gonna respond, and that relationship is going to flow. So as we're building this relationship and I'm posting daily, they're gonna ask, how do you stay so accountable? I don't know how you're so positive. That is the key, like I look for those key words. When they ask me a question like that, or they present a need that Beachbody can fill, and guess what? Beachbody can fill 100% of people's needs. Think about it. So it's financial if they hate their job. It's they have such a low self-esteem or lack of confidence. PD, that's what that's what we just talked about. Whether they need help with their nutrition, or they just need a support. They need someone to help them in their health and fitness journey. Like those things, I mean, that's life. How do you balance? How do you balance being a mom, getting your workouts in? Well, let me tell you how I do. Let me share a little bit about coaching with you. And I don't spew out information. I ask them more questions, and then we get into a conversation. And I share a couple different ways. So I share the coaching opportunity in a couple different ways. Sneak peek groups would be one of them. I don't know if a lot of people have heard of these. Your upline sponsor might do these for your team. They vary, okay? So sneak peek groups are Facebook groups that are done in it could be an open or private group, depending on what you would like to do. It could be a 1-day group, it could be a 3-day group, it could be a 5-day group. I like the 3-day groups. I don't know if you, because it's short, sweet, you know. And in these groups, we share stories. I always pick like 2 coaches, and they will share their story of how coaching has helped them. And most of the case, it's support in their health and fitness journey, or personal growth, something like that. And then I share what coaching is all about in short little videos. Now, it's not just me, it's usually a couple other people from my team. So, if you are a diamond coach, then it might be time to start doing your own and not relying on your upline. But if you're an emerald coach and you don't feel comfortable in front of the camera, totally fine, because a lot of us don't. You can take videos off of YouTube and create your own little group. Maybe we used to do them, and we're not even part of the same team, but we used to do them in the beginning together because we didn't have a lot of people joining us. So we didn't want to do it by ourselves, we did it together. So grab a partner, grab a couple partners, even if they're not on the same team, and do a sneak peek group. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So when I talk about all these, trial and error. I mean, guys, we just dove in. We were like, if it works, great. If it doesn't, we'll do something different next time. It doesn't, like, you can't think that you have to know everything to do something. Start sloppy, and no one even knows. The live happy hour events can be an hour event at night. And you would open up an event on Facebook and do those, and it's like basically every 15 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever you choose, you would be posting a video. You could do a live Facebook video, or you could pull videos off. Again, you could create your own little schedule with different videos. I talk a lot. All right, and then live webinars. We did one in the beginning, and it was really bad because we were bad technically. We're not
technical
really.
issues.
But guys, even if we had 5 people on there, who cares? You have to do it to get used to it. And then you could do a Q&A Zoom call, which we do in our sneak peeks. Like on a Thursday night, we'll say, okay, anyone have questions? Hop on a Zoom call, you could ask us whatever you want. And it's not only me, but it's other coaches, so they could always answer them too. Don't think you have to know all the answers to do these.
Okay. Okay, moving on to leveraging challenge groups. This one is huge, you guys. Challenge groups are the meat and potatoes of our business. This is where we provide the support, where we really create that picture and that clear vision of what coaching is, the lifestyle, the community, the support, right? And so when you're in your challenge groups, I want you to ask yourself really quick. 1, how are you as a challenger? Are you showing up? Are you posting? Are you consistent? Are you, I tell my team, we are perma-challengers. You better be in a stinking group 365 days of the year, always, and stay on your journey, because that is what people are looking for when they need help. They need consistency. So be the challenger first. Next, you can create that vision and that team culture in your challenge group. You want to have it be engaging. You want to have people commenting. And if that's not working for you in your little 5-person groups, team up with some coaches and get a bigger group together so that there's posts and there's engagement and there's support, because that's what you want to create in these groups. It's like a sneak peek into coaching within the group. And that's honestly the easiest way to convert challengers to coaches is just by helping them see the vision, helping them understand what we do. We are perma-challengers showing up every single day on our own journey in hopes of just inspiring some people along the way. So I also want you guys to ask yourself, is what you're doing in your challenge group, as far as like running it, Is it complicated? Is it scary? Is it overwhelming? Is it something that your challengers look at you and go, holy crud, I could never do that. This girl knows everything. She's a fitness professional. She's like, whatever, the list goes on. Don't let it get like that. I'm not telling you how to run your groups, but one thing that has helped me, like mega, is that my challengers see what I'm doing and go, oh girl, I could do what you do. And you know what? They do. Then they start doing what I'm doing. They run groups and they keep it simple. And it duplicates for levels and levels and levels and levels. And you want to create that. You want to create something that's duplicatable, that seems fun and effective and not scary. So just kind of evaluate what you're doing and see if it's something that your challengers would want to do. Definitely build value around Shakeology. Obviously, we all know that Shakeology is a game changer in our own journey, and we want our challengers to know what they're drinking every day. We want them to not just drink it and throw it out and whatever, but we want to help them understand why it's so good, what's in it, what are they using. It blows my mind how often, even like halfway through the group, I'll post something and they'll be like, I had no idea Shakeology had all this stuff in it. And I'm like, girl, did you look at the bag that you've been drinking for the past 2 weeks? But whatever. So we want to just make sure that we're building value around it so they understand how good it really is. And that's where retention happens. All right. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna just keep this simple. There is a marketing strategy that needs to be in place, but the most important part of this is just to be consistent and simple. So what do I mean by create a marketing strategy? So basically, and we'll show you on the next slide, it is a schedule for your team.
Do you just want me to go to it?
Yeah, you could just go to it. Okay, so mine is super simple. The one on the left is my cover photo, and it just tells like when the team call is, what we do on week 1 of every month, what we do on week 2 of every month, 3 and 4, and then the wake up call. Like, it's not overwhelming. So when people look at it, they're not like, you know. The one on the right is a little more detailed. It's a posting schedule, like, because you know, if you are going to do a sneak peek, you have to start talking about it before. So that's, some people like the detailed, some people like the simple. But here's the thing, guys. You do what works for you and your team. So maybe you want to team up with a couple of other coaches and design one. And every month, if you follow this, you will see your team start growing. You will see your coaches plugging in and doing the same things you're doing. But you have to do it every month. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to try it this month and then just let it go. Okay, so this is just simple. Create your own, and there's a lot online too that you can follow. A lot of other coaches do the same things.
You just need to be really intentional about it. Recruiting isn't something that just happens. You don't just add coaches to your team. You have to be intentional about creating a time when you're promoting the business, when you're talking about coaching, when you're inviting to your sneak peek, when you're sharing certain coaching sprinkles or whatever. You have to be so intentional about doing that. And I do it in waves. So I will like fill a challenge group and work on that, and then I'll fill coaching stuff and work on that. And so you figure out what works for you. Maybe you want to do it the last week of every month. Maybe you want to do it every Monday. You start something new, so you're doing it every week. Figure out what works for you, but you have to be intentional and proactive about it. Yeah. Okay, onboarding system. This is obviously going to be different for everyone, but you need to have something in place. Part of recruiting is getting them started, supporting them, mentoring them, helping them have success. And that's one of the most rewarding things about this is, as a leader, you get to see your coaches changing and growing and learning and hitting goals that they never thought they would, and that is incredible. But it's not going to happen when you're just like, oh, thanks for signing up, see ya. Like, you got to be there to support them, okay? So whatever that looks like, if you don't have something created for your own team, see if your upline does. If they do, if they have an awesome system, plug into it and take advantage of what is already created for you. If you don't like something, tweak it. Keep what you like, fix what you don't. That's what's amazing about this business. It is your own business and you get to do whatever you want with it. But make sure you have something in place. Oh, and one thing I want to talk about this really quick. When you're onboarding someone, even if they enter as a coach for the business and they've never been a challenger, don't discredit the whole challenge experience. They need to get plugged into your challenge group. They need to be supported as a challenger. They need to be so focused on their own journey as they're learning the business. So make sure that that's a big focus, or else they're just gonna, they need to develop that belief system in what we do, in our programs, in Shakeology, in the community, in everything that coaching is. So make sure that they have that challenger experience. So an example,
These are just examples. Welcome the new coach to your team page, because the more hype, the more excitement that you are about them joining you, the more excited they are. And you have to do it in the beginning. Like, guys, they're like excited, they're running with momentum, so you really have to grab them initially and not wait. Make sure they're plugged into your challenge group. Most important part, like Micah just said. And you'll find, even if you have coaches that have been with you for a while, if they want to work their business and they're really not doing it, it's probably because they're not consistent in their health and fitness journey. That changes everything, okay? So have a welcome email to welcome them to your team. It doesn't have to be something like drawn out. It could just be like, hey, I'm really excited. I can't wait to get you on the phone and chat. And then maybe just asking them a couple questions about what kind of coach they would like to be. That's it. That could be your welcome email. You don't want to overwhelm them. And then a new coach training, whether it's designed by you, your upline, or even the back office has one that you can take, you can make it your own or use as is.
And if you're sitting out here and you haven't done a coach training yet, do it.
Like the most
the first part.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so just wrapping it up. Mindset. PD has to be number one. You have to have belief in what you're doing before you can ever bring someone on board to want to do this with you. Attracting your ideal coach.
Yeah, you have to just make sure, guys, take a look at your social media. Take a look at your profile picture, reevaluate it. See if someone that is looking at your page, like if you were someone looking at your page, you would want to be their friend and talk to them.
Yeah. I get coaches that are like, well, I don't want to be annoying. Then don't be annoying. Like, that's really easy. If you go to your page and you're annoyed, you probably want to take some stuff down. Like, tone it down a notch. Like, just be real and be authentic and go. And honestly, that's such a good self-check, just to review your page every now and then and be like, okay, I can probably add a little here, take a little down here, you know? So that's something you should do on a regular basis.
And we all did it in the beginning. We were annoying.
Oh, I was so
we were
annoying.
both.
Ew,
so don't think that if you were, you can't change.
Yeah, no. And we're probably still annoying sometimes, but some people like us, so that's all that matters. Okay, sharing the business. Be intentional and proactive about this. It won't just happen. You have to make it a focus, and you have to realize that if you want to grow this business, you cannot do it alone. You better bring a tribe with you, okay? And then onboarding.
Yeah, just make sure you have a simple system in place and that you are going to mentor your coaches and not tell them what to do, but ask them questions about their goals and direct them to their goals and help them reach them. So.
And mentor them at their pace. That's something that some coaches have a hard time with, is they have big goals and they're trying to push their goals on their coaches, and you can't do that. If your coaches don't have the same goals as you, then go find new coaches. Go find more people who want to run. But you got to mentor and support your people at the pace that they want to be supported at. So we're going to give you 3 little homework assignments. First, pick a PD book right now, or Audible, whatever you want to do, that you're going to start immediately. And be intentional with it. What do you need in your business right now that's going to help you become a better recruiter, okay?
We need you guys to recommit to your own health and fitness journey. That is everything. You can't be anyone to anyone else. If you're not doing personal development, you're not in a program, one program. Not a hybrid. Not like 50 million and whatever you decide on that day. Seriously, there's something about being a part of one program.
There is. Start to finish. And then the third one is pick the type of business opportunity that you want to do next. The sneak peek, a live webinar, what were the other ones?
Zoom.
Whatever we talked about. Pick what you want to do and
Just
put it
one.
in play. Choose a date, put it on your calendar, make sure it's far enough that you can promote and invite and do all those things and make it happen. You guys, this business is, oh my gosh,
Incredible.
the best thing ever. And you won't experience that if you're trying to do everything on your own. The best thing about this is meeting people that you're gonna meet along the way that you would have never known, and you're maybe afraid to talk to right now. But don't let your own fears and your own insecurities get in the way of changing other people's lives. You need to lock arms, you need to freaking meet some amazing people, and just do this thing, because you guys are all capable of making this whatever you want, and we have gold at our fingertips with this opportunity. So that's our challenge to you.
Yeah, and like next year, guys, we want you guys to make a commitment to bring 5 more people with you, 10 more people. Make a number and create a number.